Housing was a top priority in Chief Executive Carrie Lam's maiden policy address. She said her government will work on building a housing ladder to help families from different income brackets to become homeowners. The administration plans to launch a pilot scheme to provide government-subsidized flats for sale called starter homes for middle-class families by the end of next year. A residential site in Kwun will provide about 1,000 residential units for the scheme. Mrs. Lam said land supply for the initiative will need to come from sites already owned by private developers or bought from the government. She proposed to incorporate provisions into land leases that require developers to offer mixed developments. In addition to private housing units, developers will need to design, build, and offer for sale a specific number of starter homes and sell them to buyers who meet the eligibility criteria. To meet the criteria, residents must have lived in Hong Kong for at least 7 years without previously owning any property in the city. Candidates who are singletons cannot earn more than $34,000 a month, while households with at least 2 members cannot earn more than $68,000 a month. The affordability levels of eligible buyers will determine the price and size of the units. Alienation restrictions may be stricter than those for the home ownership scheme. Finalized details of the pilot scheme are expected to be announced mid-2018. As for public rental housing, Mrs. Lam said, the government hopes to shorten the waiting list time by boosting the supply of units under the Green Form Subsidized Home Ownership Scheme, which helps public rental housing tenants become homeowners. She has asked the Housing Authority to complete a review as soon as possible to offer more flats for sale under the scheme. According to a preliminary assessment, the Housing Department believes about 4,000 new public rental housing units in Sha Tin can be converted into units for sale under the plan in late 2018. Mrs. Lam added, the government will continue to boost supply of home ownership scheme flats and proposes to regularize an interim scheme which helps middle-income white form applicants buy second-hand HOS flats.